Hey guys, sorry I've been gone, but I've been just really busy. I took vacation, actually, so that's part of the issue. Well, not issue, but you know what I mean. But as a special treat, I've decided to review Adele's album, Late. But I'm also going to throw in 4 other albums with it. Adele's just going to be the cover, because it's easily the most popular one. Maybe second, I guess. But I'll start with Adele. It'll probably get the most time dedicated to it, and I'll put timestamps in the description if you want to skip to your album. And also tell me if you guys like this format, because I might start doing this just a monthly thing where every month I'll just start using albums, like reviewing albums quickfire and reviewing singles quickfire. So I might do that, but tell me if you like this. Adele. I'd like to say I don't hate Adele. In fact, I quite like her music, except for this album. There's really only 4 or 5 songs I really enjoyed off this. The single, Easy on Me, for obvious reasons. My Little Love, it's got some decent background vocals. It's about a child and her mental health. And it really just hurts. And the strings certainly make it hurt more, but in a good way. Cry Your Heart Out has some nice vocals. I love the instrumental. It's a fantastic piano. I Drink Wine. She is singing really nicely. I mean, there's a wasted minute at the middle, I think, for just the spoken word thing. It's not very good. I don't like it. And Love Is a Game, which has some strings. Her voice is not very good, but it feels good to listen to, and it's an amazing closer. However, the rest that precedes this album, I mean, the worst songs are Can I Get It, the interlude, although I guess that doesn't really count, To Be Loved, Hold On, Woman Like Me, and Oh My God. The worst songs on this album give a very AJR vibe to them, Oh My God in particular. And her voice isn't nearly as strong on all of these. She can't carry a song like she used to. And I understand why, because she had to get surgery on her vocal cords, I believe. But you don't have to make an album. Everyone knows Adele is not short on money. She made one of the best-selling records in the 2010s, won multiple Grammys to give a boost on status, had tons of hits. I mean, she didn't need to make an album. She chose to make an album, that's fine. But I do not have to like your album, and I don't. This is not good. It's probably not going to make my worst albums of the year, but it's certainly not going to make my best. Also, that's rolling around. I'll give it a little thing about that at the end of the video. But I'm feeling a decent 4 on this one. But yeah, moving on to our next album. It's the second most, I think, and that's, of course, An Evening with Silk Sonic. I touched on Silk Sonic in my Grammy predictions video, or my reaction video, I guess, but I want to touch on them again. This album is good. Really, really good. That is not a controversial opinion, except for Big Boy Fantano Dano. And there are only really 3 songs I'd skip on this thing. One of them is the intro, one of them's the closer because it's a bit slow for my taste, and the other is After Last Night, which is literally the worst song on this album. I hate it so much. I hate it. But every other song on this is smooth as hell. Smooth as hell, and fun as hell. I'll leave the door open. It's smooth. Smoother than a baby's skin. Fly As Me has this amazing bass line. Pac is incredible. It has a really weird note. It has a tambourine in the second verse that I really think fits in. Smoking Out the Window, best song on the album. It has this amazing beat, has the best line on the album, badass kids running around my crib like it's Chuck E. Cheese, oh, oh. I believe this is the only song that actually talks about a breakup, which is weird that it's in the middle of the album, but whatever. Put On a Smile has this smooth instrumental, and Bruno has his best voice on this song. 777 is fun, it has a nice guitar, it's really turn your brain off. And Skate is incredible. I don't really have much more to say about this album. It's just incredible all around. It sets out to do this sexy 80s R&B throwback, and it succeeds with flying colors. I'm feeling a strong 9 out of 10. This will definitely be one of my best albums. Moving on to the third album. Well, it's actually an EP, but it's an EP I've been looking forward to ever since it was announced. That is Thoughtz and Prayerz by Heart Attack Man. Heart Attack Man is a group I've always had love for, especially when Fake Blood came out, which is one of the best albums of all time, in my opinion. Then I came in this with high expectations, and they were met. Weren't exceeded, really, but they were met. The only song I'd skip is the opener, Puke. It's very edgy. The chorus is nice, I guess, but, I mean, the lyrics, hands clasp my neck and masturbate. What does that even mean? Thoughtz and Prayerz, it's not great, but it's not, like, I like it. It has some amazing lyrics and this amazing instrumental. It basically sets out to do what Anthony Jeselnik's comedy special by the same name, Thoughtz and Prayerz, sets out to do, and it does it with flying colors. Cool to Me is sort of a satire similar to Cut My Losses and Notes App Apology, in which it's criticizing people who pretend to do stuff like about things like sexual assault and rape, but only when it looks good on them, and only when it doesn't affect them and doesn't affect the people around them. Pitch Black, the only single we got to this EP, incredible song. Probably gonna top my best songs. Maybe not top, but definitely get close. And Leap Year. It's a great closer. It's a reflection on the past, the present, and a looking forward to on the future. It's one of the best songs Heart Attack Man has made, aside from Pitch Black, Out for Blood, Cut My Losses, Low Hanging Fruit. They made a lot of good songs, okay? This is not to patronize them. But yeah, that's, it's an 8 out of 10 for me. It's a decent 8 out of 10. My fourth album is actually one that isn't popular at all and is way too late for my thing, but whatever. It's from Triple Crown Records, and it's Shortly's debut, Dancer. It's so good. As I come to expect from Triple Crown record artists such as Foxing, Kississippi, Heart Attack Man, and now Shortly, and Tiny Moving Parts, of course, it's amazing. I mean, remember me talking about Mood Ring by Kississippi? Basically take that with the smoothness, with the amazingness, with the sereneness, I guess, amplify it a bit up, not a lot up, but just a bit, and that's how I feel about this album. It's incredible. Just take a listen. Only song skippable is Frame of Reference, but it's not even because it's bad, it's just bland. And for the final album, it's Garbology by Aesop Rock and Blockhead. I love Aesop Rock. He had my top song on Spotify this year. Also, I won't be doing a Spotify rap thing just because I came too late to the punch. Maybe next year. But Garbology, I came in with high expectations, especially coming off of this fantastic album, which did really well on my 2020 best albums for me. I didn't post that, of course, because I wasn't doing this at that point, but it did really well. And with the lead single, Jazz Hands, it took me a bit to warm up to it, but I liked it. It was a bit underwhelming the first few listens, but eventually I sort of understood the flows and the way the beat just sort of perpetuates after Aesop's talking is done, but I definitely prefer other cuts on this album to that. Not all of them, but the last 3 tracks are the best 3 in a row. This Is Not a Wizard has an amazing beat, an amazing flow, an amazing chorus, and it slaps to high hell. The Sea is the best beat on the album, the best chorus on the album, and the best lyrics on the album. Abandoned Malls references abuse, and it's very emotional, but as a closer should be. Has this melodic sort of beat, and it really lets you come to terms with the fact the album is ending. And that's what I think a good closer should do. It shouldn't leave you wanting more, it should leave you satisfied with what you have. There are definitely misses on this album. Fizz, it has a decent beat, it has a really shitty chorus, it has some decent keys, it has a decent bass line, and it has some mediocre lyrics. Oh Fudge has an amazing bass line. It's when a weird little production thing. When he says snot, it slow-mos for some reason, but whatever. It has a terrible chorus. Verse 2 is just hard to get through. Like, I highly recommend listening to it just so you can understand my pain. And it sounds like as if he's freestyling it, like he didn't write it down, he didn't think about it. And then all the smartest people. Starts with a conversation with his neighbor, and it fails in all the ways Jazz Hands succeeds. I was definitely expecting more out of this album, but I still like it. It's a solid 7 out of 10 for me. I don't hate it, I just was really hoping for more. Granted, I didn't get it, but that's okay. Thank you for watching this 5-in-1, and if you don't want to know what I'll be doing for the year ends, then just leave the video now, I guess. But if you do, stick around. So, year end. What I've decided to do is I'm going to do 5 lists. Best and worst albums, best and worst songs, and the 5th list is going to be a combination of both my personal, what I think are the most influential albums of 2021, and also an update on how I think I'm going to be doing things in 2022. There's this, I don't know, you'll see in the videos, I guess, but the usual, another vinyl update will be coming in 2022, just so you're aware. It'll happen at the same time as the other one did, it's just a year later. But yeah, so thank you for watching this video. Hope you have a great day, great evening, great week, whatever. Peace.